Assalamu alaikum, shalom, hotep, peace, peace. Assalamu Allah to the supreme angels. I'm your brother in struggle, brother minister Alif. And I just want to build the day on Puerto Rico. I want to thank my beloved sister-in-law, Niecy, for bringing me back this beautiful PR t-shirt. Y'all see it, you know what I mean? Got the Puerto Rican flavor. And she brought me, I know y'all like, is that Puerto Rican rum? No. She's a sincere Jehovah's Witness, I mean. But this right here is the Puerto Rican peppers. Now, it has distilled vinegar, filtered water, Puerto Rican red peppers, habanero pepper, cumin, garlic, cilantro, bay leaves, rico, oregano, olive oil, and salt and black pepper. Pretty healthy stuff here. But these peppers, you gotta know, they got the chart on here. I don't know if y'all can see this chart. They got the little pepper chart on there. This one is considered hot. Me, I like hot stuff. My wife, not so much. But I could eat raw peppers, raw garlic, raw onions. You know what I mean? I love stuff, you know what I mean? But the some peppers you don't want to eat. I know my threshold level. I did go past it one time. Never again. but these kind of peppers, I can handle these. You know what I mean? You know. But they got peppers like, it'll literally feel like your lips is burning. I mean, your hand is be burning. And I got allergies, so I always take my dirty hands and touch my eyes. Boy, you put some hot pepper on your joint, you be like, yo, blind yourself. But that's what they make pepper spray and all that crap out of. But I want to thank Sister Niecy for the beautiful gifts. Know what I mean? I'm definitely going to put some of this like inside some seasoning, use this as seasoning, some food, and eat some of them inside some raw salad or something like that. Know what I mean? I already tasted the fluid just to see, like, is this really, for me, it wasn't that hot. So it's just got a good taste to it. So all them herbs in there and seasonings, and they've been marinating. Know what I mean? So, it's good until July of 2024 to next year. So that's a good thing, you know what I mean? But, you know, in our book of lessons, this is my personal, secret vault stuff. But in our book of lessons, we have our student room and rules of Islam, where the messenger teaches us about the link between Black people and so-called red people or Native American Indians. You know what I mean? Seen a beautiful discussion that Dr. Ali and them had on that subject. You know what I mean? And it's like balancing it all out. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't realize that you had Indians way darker than me. I understand the Africa stuff, you know what I mean? But Master Muhammad, in our lessons, Lost on Mouse lesson number 1, he asked the question, why does the devil call our people Africans? Okay, here you go right here. Assalamu alaikum, peace, God. But here go the lesson. This Lost Found Muslim lesson number 1. Section 6, part 3, section 6. Why does the devil call our people Africans? Answer: to make our people of North America believe that the people on that continent are the only people they have and are all savage. So here we have 2 prongs. One trick is they want our people in the United States of America and living in Central America and South America and on the islands to think that our ancestors only lived in Africa. If you take that hypothesis, and in Theology of Time 1972, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad explained to us, a theory may or may not be true. You have to prove it, though. You know what I mean? Africa is 12 million square miles. It's interesting because I always was telling people about, you know, we're Asiatics, world citizens, that Africa is the whole planet. That's how the gods look at it. You know what I mean? But within the last couple of years, like 1 or 2 years ago, the continent of Africa just had a rip. So the continent just changed in front of our very eyes. I don't know if I remember, I put a little clip about that in there somewhere. You know what I mean? But it shows how Madagascar fits right on it. Now, it shows how all of the 7 continents, Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Australia, and Europe, it fits together like a perfect jigsaw puzzle. That's not just some weak idea. The sciences, like people that study minerals and geology, people that study rocks, they like, yo, the rocks from this soil matches the rocks from this soil. All of it adds up. So it's you know what I mean? It's not, we don't have the technology and the money to do independent research, but the evidence supports the worldview of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's why you don't find me in beefs and debates and things of that nature there. Now, I mean, you know, it's like, I want the younger crop squad to go do that thing, have some fun. Now, I mean, you know, those that know me be like, I was a minister 40 years. Before there was social media, before there was the internet, I'm on AM radio, WHAT, every week debating. I got letters from Imam Isa, Jabril Muhammad, Salas Muhammad. So it's not just a debate, but building with the gods, a law school in Mecca. We was doing that stuff 40 years ago, family. Now, I mean, I had a historic debate that we have recorded of an FY versus a Sunni. And, you know, the brother thing was like, he was so sharp in Islam with the Arabiya and the, you know, he knew his stuff. But he was like, if I win, you're going to have to renounce the Nation of Islam and Master Muhammad and become a Sunni. And I was like, and if I win? He was like, I'm going to join the ranks. Needless to say, he shaved his beard, cut his head bald, took off his kufi, and he's Islam law to this day, raw FOI. I mean, but we used to have fun with that stuff. Now, I mean, we old the giant ciphers, and now, I mean, you know, the building with the gods, hip hop ciphers, unified saviors days. We was doing that stuff in the 80s, the 90s. Now, I mean, so I'm not really pressed for that. I'm politically and socially and nationally and financially looking at some other stuff. You know, my thing is like, okay, been there, done that countless times. I'm trying to literally get people to understand the messenger's message in this age of mess. Now, I mean, you know, it's just, you know, sad to say, but a lot of believers don't believe it's the messenger believes no more. It's just real deep. But in our lesson, to make our people of North America believe that the people on that continent, talking about Africa, are the only people they have and are all savage. See, you know, Hollywood was showing Africans like they savages, cannibals, bones in their nose. So I'd be like, oh man, Tarzan over there just taking over. He got one knife and he controlled the chimps and he could kill a lion. And, you know what I mean? He got his white Jane with him. You know what I mean? You know, it's like, come on. You know what I mean? He didn't even get a suntan over there. You know what I mean? But they had him all like swinging in the trees. It's like just jungles all over the place. You know what I mean? They know good and well we had blacksmiths that was making iron spears, showing that the world was a globe. I mean, they had, that's in South Africa, back then known as Azania. Know what I mean? And a lot of anthropologists and stuff be like, well, if they had these secret skills in metallurgy and all this, why they don't tell us? We kept certain stuff as a secret. See, people don't understand the message teach us the way the gods work. It's like, nah, everybody in Egypt couldn't read the meta-netta. Everybody couldn't smelt swords and make metal tools. And now, I mean, it's like, nah, that they knew that a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Now, I mean, the sages, Jesus was like, don't cast your pearls amongst no swine. Now, I mean, you know, it's like worse in the eyesight of the law is the braying of an ass, the barking of a dog, and the hissing of a snake. See, some people just like to debate. I mean, but it's like, if you're debating for the sake of debating, no, that's not knowledge. That's not wisdom. That's not understanding. Now, I mean, you know, so here, Master Muhammad teaches us to make our people of North America believe that the people on that continent are the only people they have and are all savage. He brought a trading post in the jungle of that continent. So the slave masters, or the wannabe slave masters, they, you know, he brought a trading post. Now, I mean, they would trade liquor. Now, I mean, they knew that every nation had enemies, I mean, captured prisoners of war, what have you, and they be like, oh, you can have them jokers. I mean, you know, I will trade them for these gadgets you got over here that we never had in our country. Now, I mean, so it was a lot of stuff going on. It's like capitalism in the United States right now to this day. People is trying to get money. Now, I mean, I just got a book the other day showing how you had Jews helping Adolf Hitler and the Germans to exterminate their own people. When it comes to that paper, you know what I mean? You know how it go. So he put a trading post in the jungle of that continent. The original people live on this continent, and they are the ones who strayed away from civilization and are living a jungle life. The original people call this continent Asia, but the devils call it Africa to try to divide them. He wants us to think that we all are different. Now, this right here, you know, you got Africa here, annexed to the Suez Canal, annexed to Saudi Arabia. Now, I mean, they basically, what you have, Asia Minor. Now, I mean, Asia is the largest piece of land on Earth. Asia is 16 million square miles. Africa, as I said, is 12 million square miles. Now, when you look at Saudi Arabia, you see the Red Sea. The white man now knows it as the Red Sea. You know what I mean? But you look at the so-called Red Sea, and you look at the Nile River. You know what I mean? In our lessons, Master Muhammad, he taught us all this stuff. I ain't even got to look at it. I know my lessons in my head. In the 99 actual facts, I mean, he taught us that the Nile River is 4,690 miles long, 1 3 miles wide. Now, actual facts, I wrote elaboration of the actual facts back in like 1984. Now, I mean, in fact, it's on our web. What I did for the family is I'm putting like all my books on our website for free. So you can just go in there and read them for free. You want some jewels? Go to noyreport.com. I mean, just click on the elaboration of the laws lessons. We got elaboration of student Roman English lesson C1, Lost Found Miles lesson number 1, Lost Found Miles lesson 2, 99 actual facts. We give you the genetics, geology, the Hebrew, the Aramaic, the Latin, the Bible, the Quran, whatever. You'll get something for the layperson and the scholars and scientists out there. You know what I mean? So our thing is to show and prove the raw teachings of the messenger's message that have guided us through this age of mess. And we elaborate on this. Why does the devil call our people Africans? You know what I mean? But the thing about it is Asia, you know, like the our brothers that study ancient Kemet, study Egypt, our brothers and sisters, you know, they bear witness like, yo, yeah, before the Greeks and Romans, Egyptians or Kemetic people were fighting Asiatic people. The Egyptians in their meta-netter or in their hieroglyphs or in their holy writings uses the word vile Asiatics. I mean, show them Asiatics. The Asiatics that they capture are dark-skinned black people. They black men. Now, I mean, the pyramids in ancient Nubia, you know, the black gods like Tahaka and all of them, now, I mean, they was born with other black men in Egypt. They, you know, so it's not, we can't make it some spooky stuff. You know what I mean? You know, brothers don't like brothers. You know, brothers fight brothers. That's just the reality of human nature. But at the end of the day, what's crystal clear, and believe me, history is not a science. That's something that people just can't get for some reason. This is why I say you're wasting your time thinking that you're going to prove history from 12,000 years ago, 50,000 years ago, 66 trillion years ago, and things of that nature there. Things change, family. The Nile River you see today was not flowing like that 1,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago. It's not going to be like that 1,000 years in the future. It may not even be there. It probably wasn't there 50,000 years ago. So things like the Euphrates rivers, the Tigris, wherever there's rivers, Mississippi River, people of melaninated skin, black, brown, yellow, red people is going to build civilizations around any fertile area on the planet. We take the best part. That's what we do. The best part of America. If you study Lake Michigan, the Delaware River or whatever, of course the Native Americans wisely like, we're going to use this area. Now, I mean, you got fertile soil, healthy trees, plenty of food. Now, I mean, we could do agriculture, whatever, but I cannot scientifically trace the beginning of black people. So our lessons teach us in Student Roman, Islam has no beginning nor ending. We're older than the sun, moon, and stars. I mean, it's like, yo, we the mind that sparked the quark or the basic atom of life that bring everything into fruition. All right. So you know, you got to understand how it's more practical to realize that the Moors have a worldview. The 5%ers have a worldview. The Nation of Islam in the Nation of Islam, you got Minister Farrakhan, Minister Avery, Minister Marvin, Minister Salas, Minister Jeremiah. You got different branches of the Nation of Islam that all strive to keep Allah and the person, Master Muhammad and his messenger, the Most High Elijah Muhammad, out front, but they have different viewpoints on different things. Now, I mean, you know, it's like anything. Now, I mean, that's just human nature. The Master told us naturally you can improve on the thing once you have a make or a model for it. Now, I mean, but it's like our people in the wilderness of North America, when we look at the Native American Indians, Master Muhammad taught us, you know, about the 17 million, talking about black folks in North America. He said, with the 2 million Indians, makes it 19 million. So he considered the original man to be the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of planet Earth, God of the universe. Now, I mean, you know, so he didn't put black first. He put the nationality first. So I don't have to argue with my Moors, but I understand that talking about national, that's important. I mean, our nationality, we're Asiatics. Prophet Noble Ali was teaching that we're Asiatics before Master Muhammad was teaching it. And there are thousands of other people that was teaching we're Asiatics before Prophet Muhammad was even born. All right. So Noble Drew Ali, when I say the prophet, I'm talking about the Holy Prophet Circle 7 of the Morse. Know what I mean? So the thing is like the messenger position in his very first book, 1957, he's like, listen, I always had respect and appreciation for the works of Marcus Messiah Garvey and Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He said, we're just trying to continue their teachings. You see? Jesus, like, yeah, before Jesus started building, John the Baptist was already in the wilderness teaching before Jesus. That didn't take away from John the Baptist's work, and that didn't take away from Jesus' work. You have forerunners. There's nothing new under the sun, the Bible teaches us in the book of Ecclesiastes. All right? So when we talk about the Native American Indians, the Taino, the Boricuas, our brothers and sisters, now I mean, who, like us, we were mixed with different things. Like my grandmother, pure Blackfoot Indian. Now I mean, you know, on my father's side, pure German. I mean, you know, us, most likely West African. You know what I mean? You know, but at the end of the day, that mixture, and then say your mother meets your father, and then you meet somebody else. I mean, so that gene pool could get mixed all over the place. So I don't get into pseudosciences and all that stuff like that there. I simply keep Allah and His messenger out front. I know I stay in my lane. All I do is teach the teachers in Elijah Muhammad. I don't know nothing else. Now, I mean, I study other stuff to help verify and give clarity on the life-giving teachers of the Most High Elijah Muhammad. So, you know, but I definitely don't have no problems with my almighty Latin King family. I mean, you know, we've been holding it down together for like 40 years now. You know what I mean? So, you know, I done been on the battlefield with my almighty Latin King brothers in the belly of the beast fighting against Satan. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's like you form your alliances, you know your friends and you know your enemies. But keep in mind, sometimes your friends become your enemies and your enemies become your friends. You know what I mean? It's all relative, family. You know what I mean? So with that, we're going to close. The struggle continue. Thank Niecy again for the Rican shirt and the peppers. Peace, peace. The struggle continues.